Alright, let's go inside. Check out the sheeple. I'm gonna close this so it doesn't sound like horses peeing all the time. Alright. Basically, there's like a armrest for our chairs are about this height. So this will be like an end table. And you can store remotes and controllers and stuff in here. Focus. And you can store extra stuff down in these two bottom shelves, but they'll kind of be under the chair. So if you want to raise this up, you just push on this top. And that thing goes up. And it's got this huge counterweight in the bottom. It's like a bunch of sash weights. And this hinge up here hooks on this metal thing. Basically, it slides down here and hooks on there, and this guy pushes out when I push on this. Can't get that squeak out. Basically, the counterweight slides up and down on these sash pulleys with that orange paracord, which can hold plenty of weight. And here's my time lapse rig, still going. It also uses counterweights. Basically, I have this 2x4 running the length of the room, or the width. It's got the camera with the timer. It's hanging off my tripod, which is laying up here. It's all zip tied on. On this side I have a couple axe heads and like a block of wax or something for the counterweight. Here's the clock, still going. Dropped that thing about 20 times so far, bumping it into my head. And it's all being spun by this string, which is wrapped around this bucket. It goes up here over a little hook in the ceiling. It comes down across here and wraps around this paint can. And there's how many times it's gone around each one of these strings. And that's all mounted on the MyLapse panning head, which this really wouldn't be possible without. I got the controller down here. I'm going to speed this thing up, see if it takes some interesting pictures. Oh yeah, it's moving now. Pretty awesome.